How'd you spend your bye?
Was able to just go spend time with family. So cool opportunity to reset and recharge, and then definitely excited, happy to get back to work.
Did you kind of get away from the game altogether?
A little bit, yeah, but you always kind of try to, but you always have, you always, just get bored and have little stuff you're wondering, curious, and then just watching stuff, just for fun. But yeah, try to as much as you kind of can let yourself, and then naturally you just get curious about things.
Frank talked about the energy in practice today. Does that feel different to you?
I think for us, just we've had kind of a point of emphasis of our energy being urgent, making sure that we're intentional with all that we do. So I think that for us, making sure that especially this being the first practice after a break, make sure that we reestablish that and we continue to turn in the right direction. And that was definitely a point of emphasis for us.
Bryce, I think we know a little bit about your relationship with CJ, but when did you guys meet? When did you become friends? Do you still talk? Can you kind of take us through your relationship with him?
Yeah, I've known CJ since middle school. This is about the time we met. We played against each other in basketball, honestly, before even football. Played against him in 8th grade then, always going to the same camps and stuff. Have a lot of mutual friends as well. But I've, just been around him, known him probably since middle school. And then, throughout high school, throughout the recruiting process and throughout college, I've been close and, I've talked to him just throughout the process and season. I talked to him and that's someone that, again, I'm really close with. Really great person, really great human being, first and foremost. Just a really, really great dude, great family, and then obviously great player as well. Has been doing a lot of great things. I have a, we're really close and have a ton of respect for him, and that's grown not just from this year, but just throughout, for a while now.
But did you ever imagine, like when you're playing 8th grade middle school basketball, that you two guys would be the 1-2 picks in the NFL draft?
Yeah, it's pretty surreal. God is good for sure. It's definitely a blessing, but it's crazy, that definitely wasn't something that was something that either one of us probably could have really thought about or fathomed back then. But it's crazy how things have turned out. So it's definitely a blessing.
Right. Who were the two middle schools? Who won, and how many did you score?
Well, we don't in California. You don't really do middle. You don't play football for your middle school. I've learned that since coming to the South, that that's a thing. That you don't. There's no your middle school doesn't have a football team. I always blew my mind. We all played on different trout. It was I Pop Warner teams, and you have different leagues and stuff. But we played, so we never played middle school is having pads was always a crazy thing to me.
And and I'm sorry, I walked in a minute late. Were you saying you saw CJ on the basketball court at that age, or football field, or both? Did your team play his team?
Yeah, we played. We probably played in basketball probably even more times than we know. We both grew up playing basketball. So we'd probably been in more tournaments and played against. We talked about being on teams that we played against each other, and I don't think either one of us even remember every time. Just in SoCal. So a couple times.
Who's the better hooper? Yeah, come on.
He could hoop for sure. We've hooped a lot. We've hooped during pre-draft process. He could hoop.
We're different positions, sure.
Yeah, we're different. We have different games. I'm more of a point. I'm more of a point. He's a shooter. He can shoot. He's got a strap. He's a shooter, off the catch type of player. I'm more on the ball. So but he could hoop for sure.
Well, another reunion this week at least. Will Anderson with Houston. During your time together at Alabama, what makes him so effective, dangerous?
Yeah. Again, that's also someone that I'm super close with. Someone I consider a brother who we've had we've had the same. We came into Alabama at the same time, and we both grew there, both grew together. And again, someone I have an extreme amount of respect for. Just how he carries himself. Also, again, just a great person, great family. How he carries himself, off the field, and then how that carries over to on the field. Someone who's super hardworking. someone who's always wants to do the little things right, always strives, strives to be the best version of himself and hold everyone accountable, a great leader. And, also, it shows up on film too. Obviously, it showed up on film at Alabama and being able to compete against him for a long time there, but shows up on film at this level too. I'm just watching on film, just the strain he plays with, the effort to finish, the high motor, and then just the pure talent and ability that he has. Someone that definitely disrupts a lot, shows up and pops a lot on film. So honestly, it is really surreal. Like, just going over the scouting report and watching film, and like I still get happy just seeing people that like I know and I'm cool with, I'm friends with, and like watching them, play when I'm watching film and watching us in like NFL uniforms. Like it is still surreal. So it's gonna be definitely looking back on it. I'll be on Sunday, of course. Like we'll all be very focused, and we'll all be, we're all there's gonna be a lot. We both want to win, and I think on both sides we're obviously gonna be in the moment there. But looking back on it, it's gonna be cool just to be able to share the field with a lot of people I'm close with.
I don't think I've seen you smile in an interview this much ever. I mean, you're clearly very excited about this matchup. Did you have this circled on your calendar?
Again, honestly, it's just really, again, just thinking about it. It hasn't been something that I thought about a lot. It's just now that I guess we're talking about it, it's cool. There's a lot of people there's a lot of people on that team that I'm really close with. A lot of people from Alabama, people I know outside there that and again, it's just it's just cool just again to see people being able to play at the highest level, have success. I'm super happy for them. Again, it still is surreal, and throughout the week and when we're practicing and on game days and watching film, it's all it's business, and it's still the same process. It's still just trying to make sure we can do everything we can to put ourselves in the best situation throughout the week. But just right now, I guess since we're asking all the questions, just thinking about it, it's pretty cool. But I think just the actual football part and the work part, you just have to approach it like any week.
For respect to one quick question about CJ. I mean, I know you've said in the past you want to see him do well. I mean, he's your friend, and at the same time, is there a little bit of competitiveness? I mean, the comparisons between the two are always going to be inevitable because you wanted to. I mean, so do you ever look at it and go, this kind of motivates me a little bit, when you see him doing well, and then does it motivate you at all? I'm, personally, I've just always been big on trying to control what I can control, and, what other people just throughout, in all aspects of life, what other people do, it's not really something I can control. So I try to be, just internally motivated and draw from that and try to run my own race and, try to be the best version I can and focus on the stuff that I can control and stuff that I can improve on. And, there's never going to be a time that I'm not rooting for CJ. I guess outside of, I guess obviously I guess maybe this weekend would be the exception, but there's never going to be a time that, that's just, and I think, don't speak for CJ, but I think the same way. Like we just, we both want what's best for each other. We both want, we both want each other to be successful. So it's for me, again, I try to be internally motivated and run my own race and just try to focus on myself. But with CJ, with all the guys that I know, I'm always going to be rooting for them. Always going to want what's best for them. And I don't really, I'm always gonna. That's kind of just something I'm always gonna carry. So I kind of just look for myself when it comes to motivation, things like that.
I have two things. Did you say you did get to hoop with him in the pre-draft process? Was that Indy or KC?
No, we worked out together for pre-draft. So we were always
Where was that?
in California. We same quarterback training and stuff. So we were. A lot. We were always in the same places. Worked out together a lot there.
So is this like one-on-one hoops or like?
No, we would just play we just have some runs in the off season.
And then secondly, kind of piggybacking on Steve's question, you said last week or whatever week it was that you're so happy for CJ's success, and I know you don't never care about what outsiders say, but are you when you hear these early comparisons, and Frank addressed this, a part of you like, well, hold on now, it's only been 5 or 6 games here?
I mean, for me, I don't really feed into, whatever, whether it's media or fans or people say. I mean, everyone's obviously always going to have an opinion. That's the beauty of sports. Everyone has a voice and everyone gets to talk. And I think everyone's entitled to have opinions. Again, comparisons and whatever are always going to be, it's always a part of the game, regardless. That's not a me thing. That happens with everyone. So, that's part of it. I don't, that's always going to be a part of it. But for me, it's not really something I focus on, not really something I put energy into. Again, for me, I try to run my own race, be the best version of myself, and then focus on the things I can control. I wish everyone well. So for me, that's really kind of all my focus goes to.
You've been compared to a lot of people your entire football playing life. Is that kind of where you get that perspective from, of I can only control what I can control and so on? Because you've been, at the top for so long and people are comparing to you and stuff like that?
I mean, I guess you could say it's come in handy, but honestly, it's just something that that's been instilled in me just from being a kid, from sports and beyond, just into life. Something my parents have always kind of instilled in me, of just trying to control what I can control and focus on that. And, when you give your power, your energy to something that, is out of your control, you're not in control of it. And, the ebbs and flows, ups and downs, having to ride that roller coaster. I'm not perfect by that in any means. I'm human. We're all human. Stuff is going to affect us whether we want it to or not. But I try my best to live by that. Just for me, just be able to live the most efficient, work out and perform the most efficiently, and just be the happiest I can. Just trying to put my energy in stuff that I can control. So that's kind of just been throughout life, something that's been instilled in me since an early age.
Not comparing you to other quarterbacks, but would you say that how you're developing is based more on how you process the game or more on the situational environment?
I think when you talk about development and growth, I think it's kind of all encompassing. I think there's, I don't think it's just one area where, I'm trying to develop, I'm trying to grow. I think all of it, situational stuff, just whether it's situational, it's philosophical, it's my understanding of things, from, X's and O's to on the field. I feel like there's really no limit to what I want to continue to develop on and continue to grow in and want to push myself in. So I think from all aspects, from a developmental standpoint, I think there's room for improvement, room for me to grow, stuff that I want to continue to grow in and get better at. So I don't really think there's just one area that, that is a part of that or isn't. I think in all facets, I want to push myself and keep growing.
Bryce, is there an NBA comp to your game and CJ's that is fair and accurate?
That's a good question. I'd like to say my comparison, I'd probably say, is like a Darius Garland. And then CJ, it's a good question. That's a good question. Honestly, I'd say low-key like a Michael Porter Jr. Like he can hit contested shots, not see contest, just has it like just gonna let it go and it'll go in, kind of type of how he plays. See, y'all start asking me basketball questions. That's when I start getting excited. But that's when
well, while we have you, what about McCown?
Josh could hoop. Josh, I don't think he will not tell you, but in Wofford, he can still 360 to this day. I've seen it. He can 360 to this day. Crazy athletic, but he can hoop for sure. I haven't played because we're Carolina Panthers. We play football. So we haven't played, but horse and he can hoop. You know what I'm saying?
Since you're on a roll, what was the coolest thing you did during the bye week?
Just be able to see my grandma. It was nice.
You went home.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Bryce.